Let me go right ahead and start introducing you to Jrmar or JJ Jefferson. He is a candidate for Texas Congressional District 30. He's running against incumbent Jasmine Crockett. So, welcome, JJ. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and why you are running for office?
Well, thank you. And I really appreciate your esteemed mother against Greg Abbott and Ted Cruz for allowing me this opportunity to speak to the wonderful mothers and individuals that support this fantastic group. Well, I'm running for Congress here because I'm from here. I grew up here. Um, I was recruited to go to East Texas to help turn Texas blue in 2022. But, the many death threats, the lack of support is very difficult when being the first African-American man to be a nominee for the Democratic Party. It was very disheartening to stay there and run again, fully well knowing the uphill battle with the lack of support. I believe we had over 6 congressional seats that ran unopposed. We had about 30 House seats, so many. So my thing is here, I was told by Senator Royce West after I had an incident in Longview where a man threatened to set me on fire. And the many death threats being hit by the Donald Trump diesel truck, it was just so violent because I'm a passionate individual. When I set my mind to something, I go after it and I look into the real issues. And most people, whether they're Democrats or Republicans, if they're in office, they don't want to hear the truth. You have 4 years to make a difference, and the impact isn't affecting all of us. It is affecting us negatively. So I moved back home. I'm running for Congress here to hold all leadership accountable. My thing is, if we have candidates running unopposed and we have problems in our district, that means we don't have great leadership. The democratic process requires that people step up. And if you have something good to offer, step up. So I have something to offer. The other night, a few young men, while I was putting up signs, they came up to me and said, Mr. Jefferson, what is Congress? I said, well, I'm gonna represent you to make sure you get the things you need. They said, well, could you help with the crime? I said, young man, what causes crime? They said the guns. I said, young man, what causes crime is the poverty, the broken family, the lack of good education, access to health care and good food. And when I get elected, I'm gonna make sure that I fight like hell to make sure you get what you need so you can have a great future. And that's the reason I'm running for Congress.
Well, those are all really great reasons there, JJ. So I appreciate that. So can you tell me what are the top 3 issues in your district that you're running for?
So that was a very difficult question because we have so many. District 30, over 3/4 of it. If you're not in Uptown, there's a book called The Accommodation, to where before we were born, they redlined Dallas through Interstate 30. So Uptown over the last 10 years, economic development, it was no crime. Let me tell you to segue into my answer. I was putting up signs in Lancaster, DeSoto, and Cedar Hill. I got stopped by the police 3 times because I was out in the freezing cold. I heard gunshots in Pleasant Grove while I'm putting up signs. The next day I was in Uptown, never got stopped, out at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. No gunshots. You know what? I saw businesses where businesses were, there was no gunshot. Where there was lack of opportunity, there was gunshot and violence. So the issues is the lack of opportunity that creates crime. We got to make sure that the education is on par. I had children tell me that they give them burgers in the fall and the bread gets soggy because the meat have moisture, and they don't give them salt, pepper, lettuce, or tomatoes. And the children, proper nutrition is the most important part of education, because we know when I went back to school to be a teacher, nutrition classes teaches you that if children don't get the micro and macronutrients that they need, they can't learn. We're trying to educate starving children coming from broken homes, impoverished homes, where they have to walk through crime to get to school and walk through crime just to get back home, and many don't make it there. And on top of that, the housing affordability. We have absolutely no development in Wilmer, Hutcher, Lancaster, DeSoto, very little in Cedar Hill, none, absolutely none south of 30. We don't even have a movie theater, but yet the budget, we're $34 trillion in debt right now, and we have nothing to show for it. While we're giving billions and billions of dollars for endless wars, we don't have our border secure. The party is divided. It seems like everybody is in it for themselves. And I want to be a difference maker because I was one of those little children who barely made it through. And that's what propels me to keep going. So lack of opportunity, crime, we need to invest in education and housing affordability opportunities to address the economic disparities that we all are seeing in the obvious open.
Well, actually, I think those are really great reasons to run and really good top priorities. So JJ, where can we find you and how best can we support you right now?
Okay, you can log on to voteforjj.com. And basically, we're asking people donate if you can. If you live in the district, we're going to need some volunteers. We have an ambitious plan to win and win right now. It's up in the air. They don't know who's going to win. They don't know if it's going to be me or Ms. Crockett, but either way, we have no Republican challenger. So whoever wins potentially wins this race right now. So I'm asking everybody to log on to voteforjj.com and support any way you can. Give a donation. We're asking everybody to donate 30 for 30. If you're in the district, please sign up, join the emailing list, be a part of the change. I'm going to be your representative that actually listens to you. I'm going to answer phone calls. I'm going to be available. And when I'm in Congress, I'm going to ensure, especially with the Build Back Better Act with 2.4 trillion, over 220 billion, we're going to be bringing back significant amount of billions of dollars to address these issues. That's the whole point of being a representative. You will and deal and push everybody else out of the way to make sure that the people in your district, in your state, get what they need.
Okay, so thank you all so much. I look forward to seeing you on the campaign trail.